Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, Virginia was a character that was in seasons 5 and 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. She was pretty much, well, maybe not the main antagonist of seasons 5 and 6, but she was one of the main antagonists. There was Logan in season 5, although I don't know if it's really correct to say he's an antagonist. He was definitely someone that had ideas that conflicted with the main characters, and he clashed with them, although he didn't really try to hurt or kill anyone. Virginia, on the other hand, was a different story, and she pretty much replaces Logan as the main source of conflict in season 5, because her introduction is literally her having Logan killed. So she's pretty much the main villain in the last few episodes of season 5, and then in the first 9 episodes of season 6. She is the leader of this group, this very big group called the Pioneers, and she's kind of like Negan in some ways. She definitely has a system. She has her own set of beliefs. She values people that are useful, but at the same time, she has no problem killing someone if they're an issue, if they're a problem, and if they're not useful, she might also get rid of them. But she was sort of like Negan, sort of kind of had the same type of system that Negan had. Not completely the same, but kind of similar. And she also had a daughter named Dakota, but Dakota did not know that she was Virginia's daughter. She thought that she was her sister. Virginia never told Dakota that she was actually her daughter for most of Dakota's life. She told Dakota in episode 9 of season 6, but Dakota went, the first 16 years of her life without knowing that Virginia was actually her mother. But Virginia, I mean, she's not the nastiest villain in the world. She wasn't quite like the governor. Honestly, she was not really as bad as Negan. I mean, she didn't bash in Glenn and Abraham's heads, although she did kill Logan in Logan's little group. But she didn't really try to kill any of the main characters until the end of season 5, where she just kind of realized that, or she believed that Morgan was too much of a problem and that Morgan needed to be taken out, so she tried to kill Morgan, and then she failed, so she left Morgan for dead, and then she sent a bounty hunter after Morgan, but Morgan killed the bounty hunter. So no matter how many times she tried to get rid of Morgan, Morgan still survived because, that's Morgan's style. Morgan's unkillable. But she definitely clashed with Morgan a lot. And she sort of had a decent system going. She took our main characters and she just split them off and had them all do jobs in different places, and they weren't really together anymore. They were all split up. And during season 6, she gets bitten, and June has to amputate her to save her life. And June is almost not sure if she should save her, but she ends up doing the right thing and saving her. But we find out later on that Virginia's main motivations were to build a good place, a good society for her daughter to flourish, because she wanted her daughter to be safe and happy. But basically she ended up being too extreme, and it kind of backfired and blew up in her face, because Dakota ended up being this really messed up teenager that killed John Dorie for no reason. So what Virginia wanted to do for her daughter, it ended up blowing up in her face. It just went all wrong. And eventually it cost her her life, because June kills Virginia in episode 9. And in episode 9, she reveals to Morgan that Dakota is her daughter, and she doesn't really specify how that happened. She just says that her parents were ashamed, and that's probably why they created this secret about her just being Virginia's little sister and Virginia's parents being Dakota's parents. But that's actually a lie. It's Virginia. We don't know how Virginia got pregnant. Maybe she just got drunk with a guy, or possibly she might have been assaulted by someone. The way she talked about it, I kind of feel like she might have been assaulted, and yeah, that does make me sort of feel sorry for her, but she definitely made some really bad mistakes that like I said, they kind of blew up in her face towards the end. But Yeah, she kept the secret from Dakota's entire life. And then in episode 9, she does tell Dakota the truth about her being her mom. So Dakota now knows the truth. And at first, it seems like everything is going to be okay. Virginia and Dakota are going to live. But because Dakota ended up being so messed up and she killed John Dorie, who really just, I mean, June loved John, obviously. They got married. Morgan cared about John a lot. They were best friends. That really upset a lot of characters. Strand and a lot of other people, they wanted to kill Virginia. Morgan barely stopped himself from killing Virginia. But after a while, it does sort of seem like Virginia and Dakota are going to be okay. But towards the end of episode 9, June talks to Virginia and realizes that, pretty much realizes that it's Virginia's fault, supposedly, that John Dorie's dead. That although Dakota pulled the trigger and killed John Dorie, June ultimately blames Virginia. And June's angry because she's the one that saved Virginia's life. And she feels like if she hadn't saved Virginia's life, John would have lived. So June gets angry and she wants to avenge John. So although Virginia begs for her life, it doesn't work. June shoots her in the head. So that's pretty much her getting justice for John's death. She doesn't kill Dakota, but she does kill Dakota's mom. So Dakota, annoyingly, ends up being the next Charlie. Just by the numbers, the next Charlie. She's the stupid teenage girl that killed a fan favorite character, but she ends up getting to join the group. And like Charlie, I was okay with that, but with Dakota, I'm like, no, kill that bitch. Kill her. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other people feel the same way. Like, kill her. She should die. But we're 12 episodes in season 6, and Dakota hasn't died yet. I'm still holding out hope that she gets killed because I don't think I'm ever going to like her. I mean, at least Charlie was like 12 when she killed Nick. And she had somewhat of a reason. Dakota just did it for no reason, and she was 16. She should have known better. Dakota pretty much deserves to die. I mean, if someone wants to change my mind on that, fine. I feel like Virginia and Dakota pretty much deserve to die. But for Virginia, was she killed off too soon? I don't think she was. I think she lived pretty... she had a pretty decent lifespan. Not too long, not too short. She served her purpose as a main villain. She was a villain with layers. She wasn't just black and white. She was kind of gray. I liked the actress's performance. I thought, she was a decent character. And I felt like she worked. I felt like she served her purpose. And in episode 9, I think it was time for her to go. I don't know if I would have wanted her to die sooner, but I don't know if I would have wanted her to die later. I think she died at the appropriate time, in the appropriate episode. I mean, John had died in episode 8, and, I mean, we needed some sort of justice. We just needed some sort of justice. And June just being like, nope, I'm done, and just blowing her head off, and then wearing John's hat, and just walking down carelessly as Morgan and everyone just watches her silently because they get it. I mean, she avenged her husband. I mean, you don't mess with a woman's husband unless you want to get yourself killed. So, we get it. We get it. June was justified in killing Virginia. So, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with how Virginia's story came to an end and her death. I do not think she needed to live longer. I don't think she needed to die sooner. I think it was just the perfect lifespan, the perfect time, the perfect episode. I think the story needed to move forward. We needed to move forward past the conflict of Virginia just causing problems for everyone. We needed to move on to other things. And I felt like it was the right episode, the right time. So, no, I don't think Virginia needed to live longer. I think she died at the right time. It was a good death for her. It was a good ending for her. She was kind of complicated, but she also kind of made her own bed, She kind of brought it on herself. And Dakota is lucky that she's alive and not exiled or anything like that. She is lucky. Now, I don't know if Dakota's going to survive season 6 or not. I'm praying that she doesn't. I'm hoping that she dies too. But with Virginia, I think she died at the right time. I'm happy with her death. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think she needed to live longer. So, yeah, that's it. So, with all that said, don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 898 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 1,000 in the next few weeks, so just remember, every subscriber counts. Every bit of support matters and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 1,000. Anyway, with all that said, I'm Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.